Okay, we still continue from the book of First Kings chapter 8. We're going to be reading from verse 41 to verse 66. Let's continue from verse 41. As a foreigner who does not belong to your people Israel, but has come from a distant land because of your name, for they will hear of your great name and your mighty hand and your outstretched arm when they come and pray toward this temple. Then hear from heaven, your dwelling place, do whatever the foreigner asks of you, so that all the people of the earth may know your name and fear you, as do your own people Israel, and may know that this house I have built bears your name. When your people go to war against their enemies, wherever you send them, and when they pray to the Lord toward the city you have chosen, and the temple I have built for your name, then hear from heaven their prayers and their plea, and uphold their cause when they sin against you, for there is no one who does not sin, and you become angry with them and give them over to their enemies, who take them captive to their own hands, far away or near. And if they have a change of heart in the land where they are held captive, and repent and plead with you in the land of their captors, and say, we have sinned and have done wrong, we have acted wickedly, and if they turn back to you with all their heart, and so in the land of your dear enemies who took them captive, and pray to you towards the land you gave their ancestors, towards the city you have chosen, and the temple that I have built for your name, then from heaven, your dwelling place, hear their prayers and their pleas, and uphold their cause, and forgive your people who have sinned against you. Forgive all the offenses they have. Forgive all the offenses they have committed against you, and cause their captors to show them mercy. For they are your people and your inheritance, whom you brought out of Egypt, out of that iron smelting furnace. May your eyes be open to your servant's plea and to the plea of your people Israel, and may you listen to them whenever they cry out to you. For you single them out from all the nations and all of the world to be your own inheritance, just as you declared through your servant Moses, when you, sovereign Lord, brought our ancestors out of Egypt. When Solomon had finished all these prayers and supplications to the Lord, he rose from before the altar of the Lord, where he had been kneeling with his hands spread out to heaven. He stood and blessed the whole assembly of Israel in a loud voice, saying, Praise be to the Lord who had given rest to his people Israel, just as he promised. Not one word has failed of all the good promises he gave through his servant Moses. May the Lord our God be with us as he was with our ancestors. May he never leave us nor forsake us. May he turn our hearts to him to walk in obedience to him and keep his commands, decrees, and laws he gave our ancestors. And may these words of mine, which I have prayed before the Lord, be near to the Lord our God day and night, that he may uphold the cause of his servant and the cause of his people Israel according to each day's need, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the Lord is God, and that there is no other. And may your hearts be fully committed to the Lord your God, to live by his decrees and obey his commands, as at this time. Then the king and all Israel with him offered sacrifices before the Lord. Solomon offered a sacrifice of fellowship offering to the Lord 22,000 cattle and 120,000 sheep and goats. So the kings and all the Israelites dedicated the temple of the Lord. On that same day, the king consecrated the middle part of the courtyard in front of the temple of the Lord, and there he offered burnt offerings, grain offerings, and the fat of the fellowship offering, because the bronze altar that stood before the Lord was too small to hold the burnt offerings, the grain offerings, and the fat of the fellowship offerings. So Solomon observed the festival at that time, and all Israel with him, a vast assembly, people from Lebo Hamath to the Wadi of Egypt. They celebrated it before the Lord our God for 7 days and 7 days more, 14 days in all. 66 and the last verse. On the following day, he sent the people away. They blessed the king and then went home, joyful and glad heart for all the good things the Lord had done for his servant David and his people Israel. Thank you for joining me to read this chapter of the Bible today. To have a lovely day ahead, and God